finances. And after 10 this morning. Hello, welcome to the programme. We're on BBC Two and the BBC News channel until 11 o'clock. We'll have more on the BBC exclusive news this morning that Facebook is to pay millions of pounds more in tax in the UK. After heavy criticism that it was avoiding tax, the majority of the company's advertising revenue initiated in Britain will now be taxed here. Also this morning, the news that scientists have made a discovery which they hope could improve the way cancer is treated. Researchers have identified proteins in tumour cells that allow the immune system to target the disease. They believe that by analysing the DNA, they'll be able to develop bespoke treatments. We'll bring you the latest just after 10 this morning. You can get in touch in all the usual ways, don't forget, and please use the hashtag #VictoriaLive. And if you text, you will be charged at the standard network rate. And of course, you can watch the programme online wherever you are via the BBC News app or on the website bbc.co.uk/Victoria. Now, first this morning, the parents of twins born with cerebral palsy are calling on the NHS to allow life-altering surgery that was offered to only one of their children to be made available to everyone who needs it rather than a select few. Emma and Phil's 3-year-old daughter, A. Now, coming up, criticism over the biopic of the singer. First, there have been heated exchanges during the latest televised debate between the four main US Republican presidential hopefuls. It was dominated by attacks on the frontrunner, the businessman Donald Trump. Let's take a closer look at what used to be a happy relationship between Mitt Romney and Mr. Trump. The former friends are now going through a very bitter and public breakup. What are your main concerns?
Well,
Kim Jong-un has ordered his military to be ready to fire the country's nuclear weapons at a moment's notice. The state news agency in Pyongyang said he had also directed that North Korea be capable of launching a preemptive strike. The remarks follow new United Nations sanctions in response to a nuclear test and rocket launch in January. Scientists in America believe an advanced vaccine for the Zika virus could be ready for human trials by August or September. The work on a Zika drug is focused on pregnant women. It's thought the virus, spread by mosquitoes, is linked to babies being born with abnormally small heads and underdeveloped brains. The north of England has been blanketed with snow, with as much as 10 centimetres reported on high ground. Schools have been closed and flights have been delayed. The Met Office is warning motorists to allow extra time for journeys because of icy conditions on the roads. Well, let's catch up now with the sport. Catherine is inside in the snow in Salford. Catherine, wrapped up warm, I see. Yes. Play 11:15. We'll look out, see how you get on. Now, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Welcome to the programme if you just joined us. We're on BBC Two and the BBC News channel until 11 this morning. We will keep you across the latest breaking and developing stories, as always. Earlier, we talked to the finance expert Martin Lewis about a plan to help people with mental health issues manage their money. Lots of you getting in touch on that one. Email from Julie saying, I have suffered mental health issues and it's definitely linked to debt. If I felt down, I would always spend money. For example, have my hair done or buy clothes to make myself feel better. I am on the other side now after 6 years of struggling, but I can recognise when I have down days that urge to spend. Although I am stronger now to control it, I couldn't have done that at that point in my life when I felt so low. Ian has tweeted to say, a lot of unscrupulous lenders around, interest payments should be frozen and debts written off in some cases. Tim has tweeted to say, I know someone who suffered mental illness and lost everything due to massive credit card reliance. Really awful. Well, you can get in touch in the usual ways. Use the hashtag #VictoriaLive. And if you text, don't forget, you will be charged at the standard network rate. And wherever you are, you can watch the programme online via the BBC News app or on the website bbc.co.uk/Victoria. Now, let's get more on that news that Facebook is to pay millions of pounds more in tax in the UK. Our economics editor, Kamal Ahmed. Not in the way that, because there are all sorts of issues around that, aren't there? Because you're not allowed to advertise for one, they're not allowed to advertise to say that they will be one.
Absolutely, yeah. We were introduced to her via a private Facebook group.
Is it not standard, Anne-Marie, for that to happen?
Well, because we don't have the regulatory framework in this country. We do have a number of not-for-profit groups, such as Surrogacy UK.
Surrogate Mum. Tell us about the issues that have come into play for you.
It was a wonderful experience. Oh yes, I speak to her every day. Yeah, we're really close.
And we were hoping to bring you Nina Simone's daughter to talk about an upcoming movie about her mum, which is being criticised for showing the star Zoe Saldana with darkened skin. Sadly, we've had technical issues, so we can't bring you that. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.